So you really believed in this propaganda, my friend, that we are pleasing ZANU-PF. We are not pleasing ZANU-PF. We are simply changing a strategy as MDC. And it is your eyes and your mind and your friends who are lying to you. You are being cheated by your own mind. We are not ZANU-PF at all. We are simply changing a strategy of engagement, which every political party is going to be joining. There will be no one who will be going against this principle of engagement. I think I've said, have you read what Nelson Chamisa has written? Have you read what Cheton Wende has written? That is a new trajectory of politics in Zimbabwe. They are going to be changing what they were doing to the new paradigm shift. And this is the approach we are already ahead of. We are going to be engaging with many people, sharing ideas on the way forward. So you are still, in the old days. Politics has changed. Please, my friend, join others. Forget about this opposition party or the betrayal. No one was betrayed by anyone. No one betrayed anyone. So since we're not focusing on what happened to us when we were with Chamisa, because it's not worth it. It's not worth it for us to start narrating Chamisa did this, Chamisa did this. It will not help the people of Zimbabwe. So as one very much sure we forge ahead, we ignore some of these peripheral things, these childish things, we don't focus on that. But anyway, in these groups, there are also young people who are still immature, young people who are quite ignorant, young people who have got challenges in accepting new concepts, which is very natural and normal. So we'll be patient, we would want to educate you. Yokuti tiri opposition to CC ndio propaganda yamakapiwa. I think just appreciate politics of rational disputation and tolerance. This is Atina attitude opposition to anyone. We want to talk to everybody, talk to each other. All opposition political parties must be ready to talk to the ruling party, because the ruling party in any government is in power. So if you want to have a solution in Zimbabwe, your equation, your quadratic equation to the solution of Zimbabwe must have a factor of ZANU-PF in, factor of churches, factors of business community, factors of labor, factors of the youth and the women, factors of all political parties. So this is tolerance. So there's no way we will take CC as an enemy, because CC is still in power. CC is also fighting for change. When we are in power, who are running the government, who are failing our economy, as ZANU-PF government, ZANU-PF party. So this is all our target. ZANU-PF reform, make things right, improve our economy, improve our political life, improve our politics, our stability. Let's have economic growth in this country. The CC can't do that, they're not in power. The MDC can't do that because they're in power. Only ZANU-PF can do that because it's in power. So this is the person what no nangana nai. So izvenyu zvoupwerezve zvekuti kune opposition inonzi GCC wati kurwa neCC, aiwa propaganda dzenyu, plus mimi ndimunorwadziwa pasina ronda. Any political party that will go against the principle of government of national unity, it's a bad party. That party is a selfish party. That party does not deserve to rule this country. That party is out of order. That party is old-fashioned. If you look at how the governments in Europe are being done, they are all government of national unity. Check Germany, check France, check Italy. After every election, they form GNUs. That's the way to go. If you think you can solely run a country alone on a principle of winner take all, you are old-fashioned. The winner take all principle is a principle that has been used to divide us as Africans. No African country should practice winner take all as a principle, as an electoral system, because it divides people. We must change the electoral system in Zimbabwe with a matter of effect. We must establish an electoral system that then gives you the right, constitutional right, to form a government of national unity without choice. If you pursue government this government of one party other parties are lost, they are thrown away. It's a stupid idea. Just imagine we are now in a government which ZANU-PF is running on its own. But if you remember the 2018 results, MDC Alliance got more than 2.1 million votes. ZANU-PF got slightly above 2.2 million votes, which this is actually 50-50. And the 2.1 million people were ignored, were not given any space to be in the executive of the cabinet. Is that normal? Is that clever? So the 2.1 million which were left out are the people that are dragging, that are pushing backwards, that are challenging the ruling part. If the ruling party was clever enough to absorb the 2.1 million, there could be 4 million people, more than 4 million people working together to push things forward. 4 million contributing good ideas to the change in Zimbabwe. This is what I'm simply saying. Don't do that. So you must educate or encourage your friend, your neighbor, your partner to appreciate politics of racial disputation, tolerance, and national dialogue. This is the new politics that we must adopt. This is the new politics that must be adopted by Zimbabwe, by SADC, and Africa at large. This is the new politics that will develop African continent and African economies. This is the new politics that will be able to give African people the power to negotiate with the East and the West. The politics that will make that will give an African identity fame in the world. That will give the African culture fame in the world. The politics that will be able to make Africans people among people. Currently, we are not. After every election, the West take control of one faction, the East take control of the other faction. And instead of working together as Zimbabweans, we are fighting among each other. At the end of the day, who suffers? The economy declines. The economy suffers. The people of Zimbabwe suffers. Yet, if we had worked together as a Zimbabwean family, no person from the East would influence us, and no person from the West would influence us. We would all work together as a family. This is what we are calling for as MDC. This is what we want to see, and we will continue to share this word with you. We will preach to you every time we get the opportunity to talk to you.
You know what, advocate? Personally, before presentation ya Komichi, ndiri muno mutemo. Personally, before presentation ya Komichi, ndaitongomushora mutaro nditombona unyeberai. But he has something chokuti tokwanisa kudzidza if you want to be successful in Zimbabwean politics. He has a lot chaanokwanisa kutidzidzisa mudaro. Saka yes, vanoona kunge avo vakatadza kuwana mavotes and other things, but for munhu ari kuda kubuilda a better Zimbabwe should not hate Komichi, but should learn from Komichi, because Komichi traveled a journey of democracy yatisina kutombotravela most of us. Saka we need to learn from him. Zvavakakanganisa then tozvigadzirisa. Pavakagona, we just need to compliment them. That's all I can tell you. And they are on advocate unonzwisa zvandikutaura.